Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
The city remembers not only a local war hero, but an American legend.
Plus, a fond farewell for the city's record keeper as she gets ready for the next chapter.
And thousands arrived for the much-anticipated AYSO National Tournament. We've got all the highlights.
Then find out which sunscreen is best for your skin. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Flags throughout the city flew at half-staff recently to honor a legend in the Torrance community. Louis Zamperini, an American hero, died last week at the age of 97. Zamperini, originally from New York, moved out west and grew up in Torrance, where he was not only a standout track star at Torrance High, but also at the University of Southern California. He competed in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, where he was a top U.S. finisher in the 5,000-meter race. He was also a World War II hero, enduring 47 days on a raft after his bomber crashed in the Pacific. He then suffered another 2 years in a Japanese prison camp where the U.S. military had initially declared him dead. His amazing story is chronicled in the best-selling book Unbroken, with a film adaptation directed by Academy Award-winning actress Angelina Jolie, to be released on Christmas Day. Universal Pictures released a statement describing Zamperini as a one-of-a-kind who lived the most remarkable life. Zamperini battled pneumonia for nearly 40 days before he peacefully passed away, surrounded by his entire family. He will be greatly missed here in Torrance.
Another legend in the Torrance community is saying goodbye and looking forward to some relaxing days ahead.
I'm pleased to introduce our honoree this afternoon, Sue Herbers. Sue.
Torrance City Clerk Sue Herbers is retiring after more than 20 years in office, and a special celebration was held at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center in her honor. The City Council, along with city employees, department directors, and staff, all came out to wish Herbers a fond farewell. Herbers has been the city's official record keeper since 1994, and for the last 20 years, she's played a pivotal role in the city, safeguarding city records, along with preparing and posting the weekly council agendas, providing the summary of minutes from each meeting, and administering elections, and of course much more. Herbers has always taken great pride in her work and the many duties and tasks assigned to her. Herbers holds many awards and distinctions, most recently from the City Clerks Association of California for her voter outreach campaign known as Torrance Votes. July 15th will be Herbers' last council meeting as the official record keeper. That's also when Deputy City Clerk Rebecca Poirier will begin her new duties as City Clerk.
We certainly hope she enjoys her retirement. KISS frontmen Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons recently announced news of expanding their family-friendly restaurant brand into arenas and stadiums. Rock and Brews, located in Torrance and El Segundo, will soon be offered at the StubHub Center in Carson. They plan to offer a wide selection of international and craft beers along with American comfort food. To celebrate the new opening, Stanley sang the national anthem on July 4th before the LA Galaxy took on the Portland Timbers. Fans also got to enjoy samples of their beers and food. Rock and Brews will have 2 restaurant-style concessions at the StubHub, one offering only beer, which includes 12 varieties of domestic, imported, and local craft beers on tap, and the other offering both beer and food.
The Los Angeles Business Journal issued a new list recently naming the top 40 businesses owned by women, and 3 companies here in Torrance made that distinguished list. The 3 Torrance-based companies include Act One Group, a workforce management company offering permanent and temporary staffing services. They ranked number 4 on that list. Partner Engineering and Science, Inc. ranked number 18. They're an environmental and engineering consulting firm specializing in evaluating properties in connection with real estate transactions, development, or management. And RJT CompuQuest, Inc., an IT staffing and project management consulting service, they ranked number 22. Now, the list was comprised of LA County-based companies ranked by their 2013 revenue. You can see all 40 businesses listed in the July 7th issue of the Los Angeles Business Journal.
A local teen received top honors of his own recently. Kyle Nishimura, a junior at South High School, earned the highest award given by the Boy Scouts of America. A member of Troop 586, Nishimura is only one of about 5% of all Boy Scouts who earn the Eagle Scout Award. Thanks to the efforts, the Torrance Animal Control Center at Wilson Park benefited with a revamp of their structure, including new paint, cleaning of the facilities, and the addition of 2 signs to increase visibility and awareness. More than 180 hours by troop members and community leaders were needed to complete the Eagle Project. Nishimura is also a member of the South High varsity track team and Kiwanis Service Club. He volunteers as a counselor for Camp Escapades through the Pediatric Therapy Network, and this summer he will represent Torrance as a student ambassador through the Torrance Sister City Association, traveling to Kashiwa, Japan.
Well, area high schoolers will soon benefit from El Camino College thanks to a multi-million-dollar grant. The local community college was one of several to receive millions in grant money to bring engineering education to area high schools while exposing them to career opportunities in this field. ECC is part of the 5 College Consortium for Advanced Manufacturing, which secured a $15 million grant from the California Department of Education. El Camino will use that money to implement its highly successful engineering technology program called Project Lead the Way. This program introduces students to engineering, design, and computer-integrated manufacturing, as well as relevant hands-on training. El Camino will partner with not only the Torrance School District, but Centinela Valley, El Segundo Compton, and Lenox Math, Science, and Technology Academy. Another plan in the works for the grant is the launch of an annual regional event that includes an engineering design competition for high school students. Students can register for the program online at elcamino.edu/academics. Well, still ahead, if you missed any part of the AYSO tournament or the opening ceremonies, we've got it all.
Plus, finding a summer job just got a little easier thanks to one local organization.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
The United States Air Force has a proud history of leading our nation in embracing diversity. We've been reaching new heights for years by understanding it's our individual experiences which make us strong. You can share in this success by seeking opportunities to learn and grow as a member of a diverse team. We are the world's greatest Air Force, not because of what we do, but who we are. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
The 50th anniversary AYSO tournament in Torrance was a huge success, and Juan Hernandez was there to cover the week-long festivities. Here's a sneak preview of what you can catch on the next Sports Desk.
Over 3,000 soccer players and their families all packed into one venue to celebrate a game. 50 years after AYSO soccer started out of a Torrance garage with just 9 teams, 250 of them are here to say happy birthday.
Well, I'm pretty proud of all these people here. We had over 10,000 people in here tonight. They're going to have a great time in the city of Torrance. And I'm very pleased to see all the kids come out, the U19s and below, and they'll start the day out being apprehensive, but at the end of the day, they're going to be making new friends throughout the world, and they're going to be texting these people probably for the rest of their lives.
The AYSO National Games opening ceremonies, for lack of better words, kicked off with teams from every corner of the country and a whole lot of cheering. And the message of the non-profit organization's mission could never have been louder.
I want the soccer players to, first of all, give a round of applause to the referees that are coming here to do this training.
Soccer's close to my heart. I played as a kid, my husband played, I'm a soccer mom. And so to come out today and kind of inspire the parents that they need to be fit from the sidelines and lead by example, and all about community involvement, about inspiring each other to be the best that you can be.
The last thing I want to ask you is, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to the most now that the games are on?
Winning. I'm looking forward to be with my team and becoming more as a group together, and we're becoming a real family and having lots of fun here.
And with the focus on Torrance and the visitors it would bring to our hometown, nationwide, the opportunity to play in Southern California meant thousands of athletes earning their ticket by paying it forward.
We actually did a fundraiser to help our park and we did like we planted some new plants. We pulled some weeds out to make it look nice. A grant project.
We did a pancake breakfast. We sell pancake tickets. We been trying to raise money to get up here.
The LA Galaxy's futboleros, the mayor of Torrance, and even a world-famous fitness guru. All in attendance. All fans of the oldest youth soccer organization in the United States.
You know, I think they're really going to enjoy it. You know, we have one of our offices here, and I spend a lot of time in Torrance myself, but I think what the kids will take away from here is true community and friendship. I think that everyone's going to go away with a warm feeling about Torrance, California. And
Tennessee!
Thanks, Juan. Lots of excitement. You can catch the episode of the Sports Desk every day at 4 and 9:30 p.m.
Well, not only were the AYSO games a huge success, but the local economy also saw a big boost. Reporter Amy Polpe-Boone tells us more.
It's been 2 years in the making, and now the city is breathing a sigh of relief as the much anticipated AYSO National Games have come and gone.
Well, it was kind of a rigorous process. We worked closely with the bid packet on what AYSO's requirements were, and we went through and identified the appropriate number of field sites that were required, the number of hotel locations that were required, and also meeting the criteria that helps define Torrance as a unique experience.
Torrance was one of 2 cities selected to host the 50th anniversary National Games, an event that was estimated to draw more than 30,000 people to town, from athletes, volunteers, to spectators.
We've been told that some of the visitors have gone to our sporting goods stores and bought supplies here rather than shipping them, like soccer balls.
And thanks to local partnerships with retailers, restaurants, and hotels, the local economy will see a big boost with estimated revenue of nearly $15 million.
Torrance's City Council had approved a budget of up to $70,000 to invest in helping to carry out this tournament.
And to help make traveling, dining, and visiting the game as convenient as possible, users access information using the AYSO mobile app. Over 80 local businesses participated.
Before the event happened and when people were here, we had about a 2,000% increase in the number of people that were accessing that mobile app.
Registrations for the teams were held at the Torrance South Bay Marriott. The city's largest hotel was nearly sold out.
It's just great to see the community embracing this too. There's not complaints about the traffic or the congestion. They're actually excited to have these guests, and they're actually being good hosts to these guests in the city.
All kinds of sporting events are welcome. We think that's an type of business and type of visitor to bring to Torrance because of the safety of our community and the fields and parks that we do have available.
Torrance embraced the big town amenities while preserving that small town feel. With its reputation for its low crime rate and friendly residents, the city of Torrance looks forward to future ventures.
There is a little bit of buzz about potentially doing something on a regular basis in Torrance. So maybe not to the magnitude of the national games, but definitely more soccer tournaments in Torrance, and we would love that.
Reporting for Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Amy Polpe-Boone.
Thanks, Amy. A statistics report for the app showed in just 1 week about 1,600 visited the new AYSO tabs, 1,700 visited the tab on deals, and about 500 for local places to eat.
Pacific Gateway Workforce Investment Network is helping local youth find summer jobs through a special program. Crystal Garcia attended a unique event here in Torrance and has the details.
18-year-old Matthew Choi is a recent graduate of West High, and thanks to the Pacific Gateway Investment Network, he's gainfully employed. Choi's participation in the Summer Youth Job Program landed him a position with local information technologies company RB Zack & Associates.
My major is business at Elko, and this is good because it's like marketing work, a little introduction to some stuff that I'm going to be majoring in.
RB Zack & Associates is just one of the employers participating in the program, allowing youth to get experience in fields like healthcare, construction, and logistics. So far, 6 Torrance businesses have partnered with Pacific Gateway to provide workplaces for the youth, joining businesses in Long Beach, Signal Hill, and Lomita. At the recent job fair, Mayor Scotto and Mayor-elect Fury stressed the importance of participation.
We, as council, we talk about this a lot, about getting youth employed in the city. These kinds of programs where our youth has the opportunity to work with the business is critically important for them to learn the work ethics that they need in their future.
Look for the opportunity because Pacific Gateway will give them the training necessary to acquire a job. And if you get a good job to start with, that may lead to a great career.
Through their programs, Pacific Gateway hopes to connect young adults with businesses, giving them real-world job experiences.
We developed a program that we use within our sales process, and it's a very specific. There's a lot involved in it, and it's there's a lot of steps involved. It takes a long time for us to educate someone on what it is that we do, and we found that the other reps had a really hard time following the program, and that with Matthew here, we've kind of taught him the program, and he's enabled the remaining rep to be extremely efficient at it.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Crystal Garcia.
Thanks, Crystal. To learn more about the summer job program, go online to pacific-gateway.org. If you're thinking of slathering on that sunscreen before heading out, well, you might want to hear this story before you reach for that bottle. The Food and Drug Administration recently announced their investigation into the safety of spray sunscreens, advising parents to stay away from using them on children until further findings. Consumer Reports tested sunscreens in the past and found those containing titanium dioxide and zinc oxide could have nanoparticles known for causing developmental issues in animals. The FDA's analysis will determine whether these chemicals are more harmful in spray form, since they're more likely to be inhaled by kids. The American Academy of Dermatology also warned against sprays, advising that if you do use them, to spray on your hands first before spreading it on your body, and to never spray around the face and mouth. While the FDA continues their investigation, adults are advised to use the spray carefully and for kids to avoid them altogether. To learn more, go to the FDA's official website. That's fda.gov/for-consumers.
With summer in full swing and many hitting the beach and parks, we took a deeper look into which sunscreens are best for our skin. Reporter Crystal Garcia has some answers.
We're right in the thick of summer, and it's hard to tell what kind of sunblock is best for you. From UVAs, UVBs, and SPFs, so much goes into sunscreen protection. It's hard to keep up with what's the latest and best ones to use. So I sat down with Dr. Susan Goodlerner to get some expert advice. She's been a dermatologist here in Torrance for 28 years.
These days, there are many different sunblocks on the market. So if you go to the pharmacy, it's quite confusing. There are sprays, there's lip products, there's roll-on products for the nose called nose coats, there's oil-free lotions, there's heavier, sweat-resistant, water-resistant products. So many choices to select from.
Beachgoers have already packed the Torrance beach, and the big question is, are they wearing sunscreen?
Yes, I am wearing sunblock. I am not wearing sunblock. I am wearing sunblock. I am not wearing sunblock. I am wearing sunblock.
With all the variations of the different sunscreen sprays and lotions, it's hard to pick one out of the bunch, and Dr. Goodlerner has some advice for the everyday consumer.
Number one would be the SPF numbers. So if you're looking for a protective sunscreen, it should be number 30 or more. Or other things on the label should say broad spectrum, UVA and UVB. Most all the higher number sunscreens are UVA and UVB.
Dr. Goodlerner also recommends to apply sunscreen 30 minutes before heading out, even for those who claim not to apply the sunscreen to get vitamin D.
No sunscreen is 100%, so even with sunscreen on, you are going to get some sun rays through.
The major differences in sunscreens are the chemical versus physical blocking agents.
Well, there's different ingredients that are sun-blocking ingredients. Some of them are chemicals where the ingredient in the sunblock absorbs the UV rays. Others are physical blocks where the ingredient in the sunscreen, the particles, absorb the sunscreen rays.
The chemical blocks are made up of variations of carbon compounds made in a laboratory, while the common physical blocks are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide.
They're definitely products of both types that are very protective.
And when it comes down to it, Dr. Goodlerner says,
I think the best sunscreen, number one, is the one you'll use.
And remember, if you're in direct sun for longer periods of time, make sure to reapply. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Crystal Garcia.
Thanks, Crystal. Dr. Goodlerner also suggests if you see a mole or unusual spot on your skin, to get it checked out as soon as possible by your dermatologist.
Still ahead, we've got an in-studio guest here to talk about an upcoming event geared for young women you won't want to miss.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a special in-studio guest here to talk about an upcoming event geared for young women. The organization is called the Esther Project Outreach Services, a nonprofit organization designed to support young adult women ages 18 to 25 and at-risk youth ages 13 to 17. This upcoming event is called Breaking Down Barriers and Overcoming Struggles of Low Self-Esteem. And here with me is the founder and CEO of Esther's Project Outreach Services, THIS Bell. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Before we get started into this program, tell us about your background. You've got an interesting background.
Yes, I'm originally from the San Fernando Valley, born and raised. I went to college. I went to Spelman College, studied sociology, came back, started working in social services. I've been working in the community for about 15 years. And how this came about is I used to work for the Los Angeles County Probation Department.
And I bet you've got some stories.
Yes, yeah, lots of stories. I was a juvenile correctional officer at Sylmar Detention Services Facility. They call it Barry J. Neidorff now. But I was working with youth, both male and female, and I saw how the kids weren't really receiving the services that they needed. And so it really inspired me to go back to school. I was headed towards law school, but then I said, you know what, these kids really do need a change. So I went to USC grad school, got a master's in social work, and studied programs. And I became a program developer and a grant writer and a community activist.
And you have founded this program. It is based here in Torrance. Tell us about this upcoming event.
Okay, we have a Women's Youth Symposium on July 19th at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. And the event is for young women, young girls, youth 13 to 17 and 18 to 25. But we're really we're encouraging other organizations to come out. We're encouraging the parents to come out because this is information that they really need. We'll be discussing topics such as bullying, sex trafficking, teen dating violence, media exploitation and how it affects African American women, domestic violence, gang affiliation. And so I feel that it's really important. It's our duty and responsibility as leaders and adults in the community we want to rescue our children because it's a fact that a lot of them are dying. You know, a lot of adverse effects in the community, and I just wanted to step up. You know, not be one of those people or individuals in the community not doing anything about it or talking about what's wrong and having a problem with violence and death and, you know, young people going to prison. I actually wanted to do something. And so this is my way of getting involved and giving back to the community.
And you want grandmothers, mothers, and daughters?
I want everyone. I want church leaders. I want other nonprofit organizations. We've got sponsors, a number of sponsors already involved, but we want more. We want to partner. We were working with the city of Carson, the city of Hawthorne. We're everywhere just to make a difference. We want to affect change.
You're based here in Torrance, and we hope it's a tremendous success.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Latisse
Thank
Bell
you.
of the Esther Project Outreach Services. Now, here are the details to the event. Sponsors include Wells Fargo, Walgreens, Kaiser Permanente, and Trader Joe's. Celebrities showing up, actress Megan Good and actress Imani Akin. It's taking place on Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the George Nakano Theater at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. For more information, call this number, 213-973-3598. Women of all ages are encouraged to attend. Well, still ahead, grab your pen and paper. We've got your upcoming events in just 30 seconds. Don't go away.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Welcome back, everybody. The Torrance Historical Society is gearing up for their 10th annual Rock Around the Block event. This takes place on Thursday, July 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. The 1950s-style family fun event in celebration of Torrance's All-America City Award features vintage cars on display, an In-N-Out burger wagon, photo booth, sweet treats, as well as bubblegum blowing and pie-eating contest, but not together. This takes place in front of the Torrance Historical Society and Museum at 1345 Post Avenue. This is a free event you won't want to miss.
And for the second year now, UCLA Young Scholars and the Torrance Unified School District will host a week-long summer program emphasizing science, technology, engineering, and math for South Bay students. The Young Scholars STEM program will take place at Fern Elementary from August 11th through the 15th. This is geared for students grades 1st through 6th, engaging them in critical thinking, all while having fun. A parent information night will be held at Fern Elementary on July 30th at 6 p.m. Registration is just under $200 per student. This program is only for 1 week from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. For more information, call the Young Scholars STEM Coordinator at 310-825-5599.
Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.